Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Roughing the Competition. My name is Brant, and this is Trevor. And today we're going to be looking at Week 6 college football preview.
Yeah, Week 6 is finally here, folks. And we've seen some interesting developments with the college football season already. And we're hoping some of these matchups this week might be just as interesting. The five we're going to cover here have some big playoff ramifications considering all this early shakeout in college football. To get things kicked off, we're going to look at one of them that could have some playoff potential. It'll at least have some effect on the Pac-12. Now, if you've seen our Pac-12 outlook, you already have an idea of how we're shaking out this game. But let's go ahead and talk about it, Brant. Who you got winning here?
I got the old bowl coach, Herm Edwards, winning with Arizona State.
Really?
Yeah, I just think with the balanced run game with Enu Benjamin, averaging over 120 yards a game, with solid play from the quarterback Wilkins, 10 touchdowns, only one pick, less turnovers, less ways to lose the game. Arizona State gets it done on the road.
Yeah, I'm going to go the opposite side of the coin, which, as I mentioned, if you saw our Pac-12 outlook, we talked a little bit about this game already. I got Colorado here. I mean, we're talking about an offense that's averaging almost 500 yards a game. Now, I know everyone's going to sit there and look at their schedule and go, well, Trevor, it's been a softball schedule so far. It has, and this is their first true test, but guess what? It's at home. And I think Colorado is going to be efficient enough to keep the ball out of Arizona State's hands. And Arizona State I don't think, has the talent to keep up. They played above their talent so far. I think this is the game where reality sets in on just how good Arizona State is.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's where I got that. Which also, real quick on that, Arizona State's had road problems all year. Haven't pulled it off yet, and they're not getting it done here. Let's go and turn our attention, though, to the shocker of the SEC. Kentucky, 5-0. They have a win in Gainesville for the first time since, I believe, the 1980s or early 90s. So huge year for Kentucky out of the gate, 5-0. A&M's 3-2, but take out that Alabama loss, and we're talking about a 3-1 A&M team here. Now, this is going to be a true matchup, see how good Kentucky is. With that said, Brant, now you've loved Kentucky so far. You still loving them for this matchup?
I'm still loving them here. Benny Snell is an absolute monster. He has 639 yards on the ground with 8 touchdowns. Not to mention, Kentucky's defense is pretty good. They've only given up 287 yards a game in college football. And that's SEC, that's pretty tough, especially with the competition they've already beaten.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and calm your little excitement for Kentucky there. A&M's 3-2. They're unranked.
Yeah.
But this ain't a bad club. They play in the SEC West, which is just bad news for them this year. We're talking about Texas A&M team that's only giving up 279 a game on defense right now, which is insane. They're also getting 232 yards rushing a game, which Kentucky's only getting 256 with Snell there, so they can run with Kentucky on the run side. Also, they're only allowing 80 rush yards a game, and mind you, the Alabama game's in those numbers, so they're shutting teams down on the rush side. Kentucky, you beat Mississippi State, you beat Florida, congrats. Florida had no offense, let's face it, and Mississippi State's probably not as good as what they originally were. Florida's found their offense since then. So, I think Kentucky's 5-0, sadly, is misleading, and Texas A&M's going to expose that. A&M, I think, wins big, 2-touchdown win here for A&M. It also helps that they're the home team.
Not even a close game, huh?
Not even a close game.
Jeez. Okay.
Okay, with that said, we've looked at the first two. Let's get to the interesting ones. Notre Dame, Virginia Tech.
Yep.
That's up next. Yeah?
I got Notre Dame here.
Yeah. You think Notre Dame here?
Yeah. I think that they're just too balanced. Two-quarterback system is working now. And I haven't seen it working in a long time. With Book and Wimbush there, and also they have two really pretty good running backs. One of them has over 300 yards, and the other one is 250 with Jones Jr. and Armstrong.
Yeah.
I just believe Notre Dame can get this done in Blacksburg.
Man, I just must not like you today.
I don't think you ever do.
Because guess what? Virginia Tech, I was wrong about them. Whenever we did our ACC outlook, I had them losing to Duke last week. They came in, they took care of Duke. With that said, they're back on track here versus Notre Dame.
Ooh.
Notre Dame's only averaging 241 pass yards a game. Virginia Tech, that's the weak side of their defense. Because their rush side, they're only giving up 84 yards a game. So guess what? That rush defense is intact. It's going to show up against Notre Dame. Pass defense, it's exposable, but Notre Dame can't expose it because they can't pass the ball well enough. Also, the biggest thing, this game is in Blacksburg. That is one of the toughest places to play in college football today. Still is. It has been for years, and it will continue to be. Notre Dame's young at quarterback, young on offense. Guess what? They lose in here. It's going to be the upset for them.
Oh, goodness.
Good news for them is they have a tough enough schedule. They'll stay in the playoff hunt the rest of the year.
Interesting.
Yep. So let's turn our attention to the SEC. And I'm a big LSU homer, as you know. I'm liking them this year. I really am. So let's talk about them making the trip to Gainesville to play the Florida Gators.
I have LSU winning this game against Florida.
Yeah.
I think ball protection is key here.
Mm-hmm.
Joey Burrows has not turned the ball over.
Yeah.
Only 6 touchdowns on the year. No, it's not great, but he's eliminating mistakes on that offense.
Yeah.
And I think LSU's defense is that good to be able to keep that hot Florida offense, as you say now, in check.
Yeah. Okay, first of all, I do think the Florida offense is better. I don't think it's hot. I don't think it's that great. And that LSU defense is outstanding. And as just elaborate on your points, protect the ball. They've done that well. And I have down here Burrow more efficient. We saw it last week against Ole Miss. 18 for 25, 292, 3 TDs. He also ran for almost 100 yards, 96 yards, and the score. Yeah. Florida, on the other hand, softball schedule so far. Played Charleston Southern. Ooh, good win there. Colorado State, who you paid to come play you. You paid them because you got Dan Mullins from them. Too bad Dan Mullins ain't in Florida anymore. Also, you beat up Tennessee. That's just like beating on your little brother. It's not even a matchup. Mississippi State, you shouldn't have beat. Kentucky whooped you. Florida, you're still not good, and you'll go back to being unranked after this week. So with that said, and now that I've been mean, let's turn to the most interesting game of the week, because it is the Red River rivalry.
Say that 3 times fast.
I know, I'll slur it 2 of the 3 times. All right, this is the big one, folks, of the week. We're talking about the Big 12, probably the best matchup in the Big 12 year of the year, Texas versus Oklahoma. Now, Texas comes into this 4-1, Oklahoma 5-0. Texas has only lost Maryland beginning of the year. They've since turned the tide, beat TCU and USC on their way to this 4-1 start. Oklahoma 5-0 and just pretty much dispatching opponents left and right. Army scared them, but hey, they didn't let that stop them. They beat down the Golden Knights. So, Brant, what are you thinking here being the Big 12 guy?
I think Texas is taking it this year.
I remember you saying that during the Outlook. Why do you think that?
Kyler Murray has not been tested yet.
Yeah.
He has not been in this road. I mean, he struggled playing against Army.
Yeah.
As much as I love him, Kyler Murray, he struggled. And I think Ellinger is going to get it done in the air, in the ground.
Yeah.
This is a Red River rivalry. It's going to be tough. I don't care what records are. I don't care what the rankings are. This game is going to be close no matter what. And I don't think Kyler Murray can win that close game in a ranked situation.
Yeah, well, let me put it this way. I'm glad that we agreed on LSU because, once again, I just think you're wrong. Oklahoma's winning this one. I mean, I understand their competition hasn't been very good lately. They beat up on a poor Baylor team last week, survived against Army. But I think Kyler Murray has a chance to show why he's the Oklahoma quarterback, and he gets it done this week. I mean, they're averaging 520 yards on offense. Even against Texas, that's not scaling back much because I believe Texas is averaging over 400 yards given up on defense. Texas ain't winning this one, and we're going to see once again, just like we saw last week with Texas. Their defense really held K-State in check on offense. They still nearly lost the game, 19-14. Kansas State didn't even pass for 100 yards or have a running back run for 100 yards. Yet still somehow they almost win the game. Oklahoma gets it done. Just plain and simple.
We'll see.
Yep. And that'll conclude the Week 6 matchups here for college football. Let us know if you agree or disagree with us. I'm sure some of you out there think I'm an idiot picking the upsets. Some of you out there think he's an idiot for sticking with the undefeateds.
Well, I mean, for all my Oklahoma friends out there, I'm sorry. For all my Texas friends, well, there you go.
Oh man, you're just mean.
Anyways, follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Facebook. I'm going to keep on doing this. I'm going to keep on doing it.
All right, give us some likes. Share your thoughts. Talk to you guys later.
See you later, guys.